Alex Pereira, the face of the UFC, the biggest star in the company. You know the backstory. He chased down Israel Adesanya. He followed him to the UFC. You couldn't have even imagined 3 years ago when he made his debut against the biggest bum, whatever that guy's name is, a guy who took him down, by the way. 3 years ago, he makes his UFC debut. Within a year, he's the UFC champion. A couple years later, he moves up. He becomes light heavyweight champion in 2024. I mean, you can't even write a better script. The guy comes in multiple times on short notice and saves the day. 3 wins, 3 knockouts in the most impressive fashion. And now he's now defended the belt 3 times. And now his biggest test to date by far, Magomed Ankalaev, the guy who's been in like number 1 contender purgatory literally since maybe before Pereira was in the UFC, let alone a light heavyweight. This guy was fighting for the light heavyweight belt before Pereira was a light heavyweight. And I mean, that just sounds, even saying that sounds so crazy, bro. I think he fought for the belt like a month after Alex won the middleweight belt, if I recall that correct. Yeah, I think that was in 22. So again, how you might ask that this guy already fought for the belt. He didn't lose. And now 2.5 years later, he's getting his second crack of it. Maybe it's because he has a neck beard and, you know, Dana doesn't like him too much. But we finally have this fight. We tried to push this fight back for as long as we could. And here we have it. Justin, what we could talk about this for a long time, I'm sure. What do you think of this fight? Who do you got? And, you know, just break it down for me.
Yeah, like I said on the beginning of this podcast, I think this is Pereira's biggest test to date. Just from the size, the strength, the different things he's going to see with Ankalaev. I do believe that this is going to be his biggest test. And look, we talk about the light heavyweight division being, you know, kind of weak, and you could say that for sure. But when you look at Ankalaev, and these aren't killers, but look, let's just go through the Ankalaev resume. That the UFC doesn't want this guy to be champion. That's been clear as day. Fights Kudalaba, finishes him, whatever. There's an eye poke, run it back, sparks him in the first round. Fights Krylov, a guy who I think is one of the more underrated guys in this division, beats him, unanimous decision, no problem. Ozdemir, a guy that made a run at light heavyweight, fought DC for the title. I know this is years past, but still, Volkan Ozdemir is a slouch. No problem. Decision. Then he fights Thiago Santos, a guy that gives the greatest fighter of all time a tough run for his money, a guy that was a problem in the sport for a little while. No problem. Dominates him. Fights Anthony Smith. We all know how that goes. That's a finish. And then he fights Jan Blachowicz for the title. And yes, he takes some low kicks early. So he basically becomes a one-dimensional fighter. He can't really move on leg. Still, in my opinion, wins the fight clearly. But they don't give him the fight because Dana can't stand how boring it was. Whatever. He should have been the champion then. All right. Then he fights Johnny Walker, KO. Then they're like, he should have been fighting for the title. It made no sense. He was the clear number 1 contender. Oh no, it's all right. We're gonna throw you in with Alexander Rakic, one of the most explosive, scarier strikers and guys at this weight class. No problem. Absolute dominant performance. The UFC has been protecting Pereira from Ankalaev for multiple years. Listen, Pereira is, like you said, arguably the biggest star in the sport today. He has had an unbelievable run from middleweight. We all know his story. It's been great, bro. But the UFC has protected this guy. Let's go to Pereira's run. Striker. Not like we say, these guys that fight, like when Charles Oliveira's on his run and he's fighting a Justin Gaethje and a Poirier, there's not a threat of a takedown. He's going to walk forward on the front foot and let his hands go because he's not worried at all. Pereira, arguably the best striker in the sport, a K1 fucking kickboxing mega star, dude. We're literally, he's just been kickboxing for the last however many years. And on Saturday, Ankalaev is going to choose if this is a kickboxing match or not. Because I can tell you right now, if Ankalaev wants to fucking wrestle, this Ankalaev would be minus 400 if he could, if Vegas knew that he would just wrestle like he should. But he probably will stand up. And I'm not afraid of that. I think he's going to be able to hold his own on the feet with Alex.
I agree.
And I think anytime he gets into trouble, the takedown is waiting there. Alex Pereira, I truly believe that, like, I could go get a top of the line high school wrestler and they could get Pereira down like somewhat of his weight class. I truly believe that. That's not me hating on Alex Pereira. It's just how I feel about his game and his wrestling game. And obviously with what I'm saying, and this is, I'm not discrediting Alex Pereira. He's one of the most entertaining guys to watch. He's a mega star. But I think Saturday we see him beat. And I don't just see Magomed Ankalaev going in here and getting a 50-45 decision. I think he's going to mix it up on the feet. He's going to get a few takedowns. He's going to wear Pereira out a little bit. And I actually think we're going to see Ankalaev get a finish here inside round. I'll say Ankalaev via third round knockout in this one. And look, we've been wrong about Pereira fights before. I'm on a record to say this. But I mean, again, we never know what these guys are going to do when they step into the octagon. The UFC's went as far as to literally call Ankalaev before his last fight against Rakic and tell him, you can't shoot takedowns, basically, is what they told him. So they probably are telling him the same thing in this one. I wouldn't be surprised if they're trying to offer the guy money to not take Pereira down. Literally, I'm not kidding. I don't think it's going to matter. I think and I know people are going to say I'm crazy. I think he's stronger. I think he's a bigger overall. Like, I think he's a more dense guy. I think that shit's going to matter in this fight. I see this as a bad matchup for Alex Pereira. Obviously, you have the threat of a quick KO via Poatan. Don't get me wrong. But I'm going with Magomed Ankalaev to get the finish in round 3. And we have a new light heavyweight title. Don't make no mistake about it. The UFC will run an immediate rematch back, because they want Poatan to be champion just as bad as they want Sean O'Malley to be champion. But that is my prediction for Saturday, Hebs. I know I went on for a little while, but this is a huge fight. What is your take on this one?
Dude, I'm actually pissed because I was going to say the same round 3 or round 4. But, yeah, dude, there's so much, like, stylistically, a lot of these things go in Alex's favor, right? And that's why the original line of Ank being minus 200 is so crazy. And you know what? I'm starting to watch a little bit more UFC content since we've been doing this. And everyone, a lot of these guys are complete morons. I'm not going to say any names. Anyone I click on, it's like, these guys, it's very bizarre. I don't understand social media. I don't understand how these people get followings, but it's like, I don't know if it's clickbait. I don't know what it is. But every single person, every single breakdown of this fight, they all sit there and they go, you guys are fucking wrong. You know what? Alex Pereira is going to win this fight. Like it's some fucking crazy. That's what everyone thinks is going to happen, bro. 85% of the public is predicting that's going to happen. Everyone's saying the same exact thing. Is anyone picking Ankalaev? Like, I don't see it. So maybe some comments, right? I mean, there's a big fan base over in Russia that loves all these guys. So I'm sure some of them are picking them, but like, dude, that is not the general consensus. Everyone is saying Pereira is going to knock him out. So like, that is not a hot take. What is it's becoming a hot take now is what I fucking can't even get myself to say Ankalaev is going to beat this guy. But like Pereira, he has the plot armor. He seems invincible. Even in the Yuri fight, I guess the UFC has given him weird lines because like the second Yuri fight, he was only minus like 140. It was like a near pick'em, which was strange, like considering.
The crazy thing is if he fights Yuri again, don't get me wrong, I would pick Alex, but I wouldn't say that Alex, like, I still don't think he would be some insane favorite. I really don't. Because, dude, the first time he fought Yuri had him dead to rights, done. Like, he didn't.
Bro. Stop it.
Yuri had him up against the fence, teeing off on him.
Dude, that was not, you've over-exaggerated. He was not on the fucking ropes, bro.
Okay.
Well, he wasn't, but, right. Okay, so. Oh, and even these things, right? It's Ramadan. The UFC obviously put this fight during Ramadan so that it would be like a compromise Ankalaev. The left hook, we've seen Ankalaev get touched up by left hooks before. Who has the best left hook in the history of the UFC? The guy he's fighting. All these things. The leg kicks. Another just like, dumb person take. Everyone saw the Ankalaev versus Jan fight. Jan beat up the legs.
Bro, they literally had Pereira fight Roundtree at number 8 ranking. Why? Oh, he's a southpaw striker. Who are you? Who does that prepare you for? Yeah. Oh, the southpaw striker. That's your biggest threat.
Who throws? They also throw. And speaking of that fight, so we'll segue into that, bro. Khalil Roundtree, you're not going to find now. Again, as soon as somebody gets big and good, everyone says they like him. I like this guy since April of 2019, since we saw him put the ass whooping of all ass whoopings on friend of the program, Eric Anders. That fight was very important for us sitting in the stands. Me and Nate Gillum, it actually was the beginning of the end of our friendship. Which we still haven't compromised here now 6 years later. But I've loved Roundtree since he was 4-4 in the UFC, and he was a bum, unranked fighter getting sparked on losing to Kutalaba and Johnny Walker. So like, yeah, then he went on a little bit of a run, and what did he do? He knocked out Anthony Smith. That was his only ranked win. He lost, and he got gifted a decision against our boy Jacoby, like clear as day. People say, well, a clear robbery. He knocks out Anthony Smith. Again, if you heard me right, Anthony Smith, he knocked out Anthony Smith, like, and then he gets a title shot off of that. And like, bro, those first 2 rounds, another thing that's over exaggerated, people make it seem like, he was not like beating up Pereira. Like it was a close 2 rounds. And then, Pereira turned it on, but like, bro, he was having success on the feet. Roundtree's like 5'11". He's 6 foot. He's got long arms, but like, bro, he is not. Another misconception. He's not some like crazy technical kickboxer. He went to Bangkok and now he walks like this and he throws crazy hard kicks and he screams when he does it. But like, bro, he is not like some elite world-class kickboxer. Ankalaev is a much better kickboxer than Khalil Roundtree. And if Roundtree had success with him, I mean, I don't know, against Yuri's a weird fighter, bro. Like if you can be more technical than Yuri and beat him, obviously he just looked good against Jamal Hill, but Jamal Hill, who even knows? That fight didn't even happen. It took 3, another fight that was just on last night on ESPN2. And I just watched it cause it's fucking 3 minutes. Like there was not even one exchange. Like they were just touching hands the whole time. And then eventually again, the nut shot. Not saying that's an excuse, but like
alcohol has derailed the career of Jamal Hill. That's just the simple truth. It's bad, bro.
He did own up and take the Yuri loss on the chin. We're gonna give him credit for that. But dude, so like I love Pereira. I would go fucking nuts if Pereira wins. And like I was kind of backing Pereira for a while in this fight, but like it just seems too good to be true. Like, and again, I think this is a clear.
No, I was just gonna say I agree with you. Like, bro, I'm not even if Pereira comes out and knocks Ankalaev out, I'll be wrong, but I'll be fine with that. Like, dude,
I'd be ecstatic.
Pereira's a superstar. He's very fun to watch. I love his fights because you're gonna get a very entertaining fight. But bro, I'm not kidding. I truly believe Ankalaev is going to knock him out. Like, I think Ankalaev is going to finish him, bro.
I think he's going to, dude. Also, the best base, people always say, what's the best base for MMA? The best base for striking is grappling. Islam Makhachev, everyone's calling him a top 3, top 5 striker in the sport. You're out of your fucking mind. If you think he does, if he goes and he fights Dustin Poirier or Alexander Volkanovski in kickboxing, he gets out of there quick.
Yeah.
But if he fights in a kickboxing fight, a stand-up fight in mixed martial arts, bro, these guys, you just fight so much differently. You're not overextending on shots. You're kicking, like everything's so different when you have a guy who's going to be able to take you down at will. Not at will in either of those fights, but you know what I mean? Like that just opens up the striking. Islam has this like really sloppy, really like kind of loopy punches. He kind of marches in there, but he's able to do that because he can just shoot whenever he wants. Ankalaev is the same way. And another thing you're hearing people say that Ankalaev really isn't that good of a wrestler. He has no submissions. Go look at his, go watch his fights. He's not like spamming takedowns. Bro, Pereira can't wrestle at all. Like
I know.
I've heard someone say, another fucking bum YouTube guy was like, dude, Pereira has underrated takedown defense. Says who? Like, how would you even know that to be true? Like, are you seeing him in the gym? He's also not in the gym at all. I don't know what the guy's doing. I love Pereira. I really hope he wins. It would make my weekend if he wins. That's another tough thing. You're picking against him, but you're rooting for him. I hope the left hook lands. Actually, dude, I don't even know if I hope that anymore. I feel bad for Ankalaev. The guy's been, whatever, pushed to the back of the line by the UFC. He should be the champ by now. He should have fought for the belt multiple times over by now. He got screwed out of the Jan fight. He should have been, even after that fight happened, they let Jamal Hill go and fight for the belt. He was ranked 8 at the time. And this guy went and fight Johnny Walker. It was a no contest. I mean, he probably should have got disqualified and lost, but like, obviously then he knocks out Johnny Walker. I feel bad for the guy. He's a fucking great fighter. And the more I watch about him, dude, like, bro, he should go there and take down Pereira, because this thing, everyone's saying that he's a bum. Oh, he's definitely going to wrestle. It's fucking mixed martial arts, bro. Me and you get mad about the crotch sniffers all the time. Trust me, I love if they come out and nobody sniffs a takedown, beautiful. I love it. But like, why would anyone do that against Pereira? It makes no sense to me, especially a guy like Ankalaev, who is a very good grappler. Like, Jan Blachowicz took down Alex with ease. Well, Ankalaev took down Blachowicz with ease. So if he dictates where the fight's going to go, I agree with you that his striking is so underrated, but he's probably the second best striker at light heavyweight. So, man, I think he wins. I really like that third. I'll give you the third round. If you're going third round, I'll go fourth round knockout. I think not even the takedowns themselves. I think like the threat of the takedown, the, kind of feinting the takedown, the clinching, all that stuff. Bro, Pereira got ragdolled by Israel Adesanya. He got thrown around the cage. Like, literally. Like, thrown around like, it was not even like. And yeah, has his takedown defense improved?
Bro, Izzy literally took him down and like controlled him on the ground. Like that.
Yeah, like, controlled him on the entire fourth round, bro.
That's all you need to know, bro. That's all you need to know.
And then Jan Blachowicz, that was like the first takedown, or he took down Izzy as well.
Blachowicz
but like,
beat him clear as day, 29-28.
Clear as day. If he wasn't like gassing in the third, like for some reason they just gave him the fight again. I was jumping up and down celebrating when Pereira beat Blachowicz. Like, I love this guy, but like, he didn't win that fight, bro. And Ankalaev is a lot better than that version of Jan Blachowicz. He's not going to get tired, bro. He's even using Ramadan. He's like, bro, I'm fueled by the gods. Like, all this, dude, he's locked in and he's going to knock him out. I'm going to change from fourth. Magomed Ankalaev, second round knockout. Put it in the books. He's going to take him down. He's going to rough it up. He's going to make it ugly. And he's probably going to catch him that left hand. He's fast, dude. He's powerful. You once you get the guy going down, everyone knows the classic wrestler move, right? It's usually an overhand right, because most people are right. But you're kind of feinting in, and then you throw up top. I could see him catching him. Maybe a little bit of ground and pound. I think Magomed Ankalaev is the new light heavyweight champion.
I like it.
And then they're going to run it back, and I don't know what's going to happen. But I honestly, maybe Ankalaev, if Ankalaev wins, does he get the belt? Does Dana put the belt on him? Or do they say
Dana leaves and you see him at the presser. He might, it's Vegas, so he'll be at the presser. And he'll say he won't be excited. I can tell you that.
He could, Ankalaev could knock him out on the feet. And Dana would be like, whoosh, like,
no, Alex.
Does anyone want to see Ankalaev fight again in this company?
He'd be like, Alex just didn't look, bro. Ankalaev could go KO him in the first exchange. Dana, Pereira seemed flat to me. Didn't seem like himself tonight, dude. Bro,